This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good morning. Welcome to this morning's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. The history of petroleum licensing and contracting transactions in Guyana presents extraordinary exposure to corruption. This is according to the Transparency Institute Guyana Inc. or TIGI, along with other civil society members. The body explained that the theft of resources of astronomical value can occur in as simple a way as the deliberate failure to enforce a law where such a law exists, or where it is deliberately misinterpreted in favor of private financial interests. It was keen to note that corruption not only undermines development, but also creates a society where economic and social growth is trampled by greed. Corruption also reinforces economic inequality, as the underprivileged in society are not given a fair chance to access opportunities and resources. In this regard, the members of the group warned that the only protection against such corruption is for the society to remain vigilant. In other news, to ensure the Natural Resources Fund faces no encumbrance to its operationalization, Vice President Bharat Jagdeo said the 22-member Public Accountability and Oversight Committee will not be featured in the amended legislation, which will be tabled in the National Assembly next week, Thursday. Jagdeo said the current legislation, which was passed by former Finance Minister Winston Jordan, is almost impossible to operationalize, and it is almost impossible to get anything done with 22 different organizations having oversight responsibility. He said the government will therefore make four major sets of changes in the NRF legislation, with the first being the removal of the Oversight Committee consisting of 22 organizations. The Vice President is of the firm conviction that such an arrangement would hinder the smooth running of the fund. And moving on, head of TIGI, Mr. Fred Collins, holds the view that good governance of the oil sector will continue to be undermined if, quote-unquote, the original sin or root case is not fixed by the leaders of the day. Collins said the original sin refers to the 1999 award of 600 blocks as part of the Stabroek Block license to ExxonMobil, when the law only allows for 60. We had previously reported that former Minister of Natural Resources Raffle Trotman had a golden opportunity to correct this illegality but chose not to, citing various reasons such as the law allowing for such awards to be done in the event of special circumstances. But Collins was keen to note that he does not agree with this line of argument, while noting that the country will pay the price for failing to correct the state of affairs that reflects total disregard for the law. He said this original sin has resulted in a domino effect of dire consequences that now plague the sector and would continue until the end of the industry if not addressed. In other news, Esso claims to have pumped some $30 billion into its operations in the Stabroek Block with regard to the development of the Liza 1, 2, Payara, and Yellowtail projects thus far. The revelation was made by ExxonMobil Guyana President Alistair Routledge, who revealed that he believes Guyana needs to invest in its people through education and training in order to build capacity to not just service the local demands but also to compete internationally. As such, he pointed to the opportunities available in the development of its Stabroek Block projects so far. According to Routledge, with the Liza 1 field producing since December of 2019, the second FPSO vessel will come on stream in the new year, tripling production from Guyana. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat is confident that the oily substance floating on the surface of the Atlantic Ocean is not from an oil spill, even though the EPA has not even collected samples to run an analysis. The minister reasoned that the substance could not have been oil since its operators, ExxonMobil in the Stabroek Block and CGX Energy Inc. operating in the Quarantine Block, have no such reports. Furthermore, he noted that the substance is suspected to have leaked from a vessel. Fishermen were the first to report the incident, and even though a source at the CDC had related that the matter was being probed by the National Oil Spill Committee, no information on the substance has been forthcoming. In fact, EPA Director Kemraj Parsram said that the agency also is not in receipt of any samples. And to wrap things up this morning, let's tell you that a 23-year-old man, Michael Safi of Grove, Maikoni, recently drowned on Tuesday, December 7th after a boat on a trial run reportedly capsized in the Maikoni River. According to police, the boat he was captaining at the time capsized around 17 hours 45. Investigators reported that it was a long metal boat powered by a 48 horsepower outboard engine. Detectives learned that some repairs were conducted on the vessel, and Safi and his boss, 53-year-old Vishan Hari Prasad, the owner of the boat, decided to take it on a trial run. About 1 mile away from the Maikoni Stalling, the metal vessel reportedly spun suddenly and capsized, throwing Safi and his boss overboard. And with that, we've come to the end of this morning's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow.